Welcome to a New Beginning podcast. I'm your host, Maureen Doyle. I'm a certified life coach, author, and coffee enthusiast. Did you know that at any moment you can create a new beginning in your health, relationships, career, or mindset? Each week, I will share simple strategies to transform your life and create new beginnings. Ready to start yours? Let's dive in. Lately, I've noticed so many of us feeling scattered, like we can't quite catch our breath. And many of my clients have told me that they feel mentally all over the place and easily reactive and even concerned about what's next. And honestly, I have felt it too at times. It's like the pace of life just keeps speeding up and our nervous systems haven't caught up. So today I want to share with you a few ways to navigate these turbulent times because the world isn't slowing down. And that means it's more important than ever that we know how to stay grounded and focused and strong inside ourselves. I will give you 3 shifts that will help you feel unshakable no matter what's happening around you, and a few questions for you to consider along the way. So, shift number 1 is to own your mind. Here's the truth. Your mind is your most valuable asset. And yet, most of us are walking around letting it run the show with no supervision at all. An unsupervised mind is like a toddler running around with a knife. It's just not safe. So, are you choosing your thoughts, what to think, on purpose? 95% of the thoughts that you have today, you thought yesterday. And about 80% of those are negative. I tell my clients all the time, you are the CEO of your mind. That means you decide what thoughts get airtime, what beliefs you keep, and how you choose to respond to life's challenges. Here's the problem. We're taking in more data than our nervous system was ever designed to handle. The average person today consumes 74 gigabytes of information a day. And that is equivalent to watching 16 movies. And most of it isn't positive. The news wants to grab your attention, and it does that with negative and scary stories. Now, back in 1986, the number that we consumed was just 1 gigabyte. And here's another interesting bit of information. About 500 years ago, that would have been what a highly educated person would have consumed in their entire lifetime. And yet we are consuming that in one day. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's not just you. It's your brain trying to process a fire hose of information every single day. Your brain is always listening. It is always filtering, and it will find exactly what you tell it to find. If you tell it, life is overwhelming, it will go gather data to prove that true. If you tell it, people are kind, it will show you examples of kindness. That is one of my most favorite thoughts, and I have to tell you, I come across so many wonderful people in a day. This is where I like to imagine putting a red velvet rope around my mind. Think of it this way. Only certain things are allowed in. If it's loving, it gets in. If it's aligned with who I want to be, it gets in. If it's fear-based or if it's self-critical, it's not allowed in. Because you become what you consume. Every headline, every conversation, every scroll. So here's a question for you to consider. Where in your life do you need to put up a red velvet rope? Is it around social media? Is it around the news? Some friends or associates? Or maybe even around your own self-talk? When you own your mind, you stop being swept up in the chaos and you start leading yourself with confidence and with clarity. Shift number 2, make decisions and take action. When life feels uncertain, our natural reaction is to freeze or flee or try to control everything. But control is just an illusion. And most of the time when we're doing it, it is absolutely exhausting. Here's what I tell my clients. You don't need to control everything. You only need to control your next move. When I start to worry, I write down all of my thoughts, and then I notice which ones are in my control and which ones I have no control. So often we spend so much time worrying about things where we have no control. Byron Katie has an exercise where you break down your thoughts and your worries into 3 categories: my business, their business, and God's business. And anything that falls under God's business, meaning I have zero control over it, I release. And the only place where I really do have control is my business. So I focus on that and I ask myself, what's my next best move? Because taking action, even a small step, releases energy and creates clarity. The most successful people I know aren't the ones that get every decision right. They're the ones who decide, and then they have their own back after that decision. They don't waste energy second-guessing themselves. Because here's the truth. You can always make another decision. So ask yourself this. Am I focusing on the problem, or am I focusing on the solution? Am I giving my energy to fear and uncertainty? Or am I giving my energy to what's within my control today? Every time you take action, even something tiny, you will be reminding yourself that you are capable and resourceful and that you are in charge of your own energy. Don't outsource it to anyone else. Shift number 3, connect with your body. We spend so much time in our heads and we forget our bodies hold enormous wisdom. The verbal part of our brain processes about 40 bits of information per second. The nonverbal region of our brain, the one connected to our body, processes 11 million bits of information per second. Your body is constantly communicating with you, but you have to slow down and long enough to hear it. Our culture teaches us to ignore these signals. We override them with logic or people-pleasing or just being busy. But when we learn to listen and to check in and ask ourselves, does this feel light or does it feel heavy? That's when we access our inner compass. If something feels expansive and freeing and like a deep exhale, that's usually a yes. And if something feels tense or constrictive or draining, that's your body telling you no. And when your body feels safe, you can have access to this deepest knowing. And that's when decisions become clear and alignment returns. So I have a few more questions for you to consider. What helps you feel calm and connected to yourself, connected to your body? Is it going for a walk? Is it being in nature, journaling, baths, And how have you been speaking to your body lately? And what's one small, kind thing that you could do for your body this week? Because when your mind, body, and intuition are aligned, that's authentic power. So as you move through this week, remember these 3 things. Number 1, own your mind. Remember, you are the CEO of your mind, and take this job seriously. Number 2, make decisions and take action. Any action. Even the smallest action releases energy and creates clarity and also creates momentum. And number 3, connect with your body. Remember to breathe. Deep, slow breaths. The world isn't slowing down, but you can slow down on purpose. You can be intentional and grounded and clear no matter what's happening around you. And if this episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend, rate it, or leave a review. It really helps others find this message, and it will help spread a little more calm and clarity in a very noisy world. Have a beautiful week. I will talk to you next week. If you enjoyed this podcast, check out my free workbook, 6 Secrets to Getting Anything That You Want. Head over to maureen-doyle.com/6secretsguide to pick up your free copy today.